Welcome to another math class. Today we're talking about sequences. Now let's look at this question. Find the fifth and eighth time of the sequence whose n term is 2n plus 1. When we say n term is an arbitrary number. It can take any value. It could be 6th time, 20th time, 99th time. So when we have something like this, 2n minus 1, anywhere we have our algebra, the alphabet, the n, we'll put the number of time that we are looking for. So the fifth term in a formula that gives us 2n plus 1, it means we're going to have 2. The n will take the figure, the number of the time we are looking for, the fifth term plus 1. That will be 10 plus 1, and that will give us 11. So these are to solve this. Let's look at another question of 2n plus 1. The eighth term of 2n plus 1 would be 2 into bracket 8. This n will take the number of 8 plus 1. That will be 16 plus 1, and that will give us 17. This is how to solve this. Let's look at another formula like this. And we are asked to find the fifth term. So the fifth term of something like this, 3 plus 5n will be 3 plus 5. Fifth term, n, we take fifth term, so it will be 5. N into bracket, 5 into bracket 5. That will give us 3 plus 25. And that is what? 28. Now, what will be the eighth term? The eighth term here will be what? The eighth term. Wherever we find n, we put 8. That will be 3 plus 5 into bracket 8. And that will be 3 plus 40. And that will give us 43. So any question you have about sequences with this kind of formula, with this kind of question, wherever you see the algebra, that's the n term. So if you are asked 100 term, just put 100 where the n is, and you solve arithmetic projection. If you have a sequence like this, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, the first number is usually called the first term. The first term. While the second number take the position of the second term. This will be 15 will be the third time, 18 will be the fourth time, 21 will be the fifth time, and so on. Now, what is the difference between the first time and the second time? Here, the difference is 3. Here, the difference is 3. The difference between the first time and second time is 3. The difference between the second time and the third time is 3. The difference between the third time and the fourth time is 3. The difference between the fourth term and the fifth time is 3. So any sequence that increases or decreases by a specific number, it is called arithmetic projection. Any sequence that, the number preceding the consecutive number vary by a particular figure, increasing or decreasing by a specific figure, is called arithmetic projection. Now, the difference between 9 and 12 is 3. The difference between 12 and 15 is 3. The difference between 15 and 18 is 3. The difference between 18 and 21 is 3. So 3 becomes our common difference. 3 becomes our common difference. Why? Because this 3 is common. The difference between each term is common. 9 becomes the first term, 12 becomes the second term, 15 becomes the fourth time, the third time, 18 becomes the fourth time, and so on. Now, if we want to get, this is the third time, fourth time, fifth time. If we want to get the sixth time, we just add 3. And that will give us what? 24. And so on. Now, there's a formula for arithmetic projection. And what is that formula? The formula is A plus n minus 1 into bracket D. For any nth term, A becomes the first term, 9. N minus 1 is the number of time. For instance, let's assume we don't know the third term here. Anywhere we see n, we put 3. So our A, first time, is 9. Our n time, that's the third time that we are looking for, which 15, is 3 minus 1. Then the common difference, which is 3, 3, 3, is 3. So that will be 9 plus 2 to bracket 3. So we have 9 plus 6. 9 plus 6 give us what? 15. So 15 becomes our third step, and this is how it is. So it means for any given arithmetic projection, this formula A plus open bracket n minus 1 close bracket d will be our prototype formula for looking for any of the nth term. If we are looking for 100th term, we'll just put 100 here minus 1, and then as long as we have a common difference and the first term, we'll be able to check to get any term we want. Let's look at it. We're given an arithmetic projection of 9, 12, 15, 18. The common difference here is 3. The difference between 9 and 12 is 3. Between 12 and 15 is 3. Between 15 and 18 is 3. So we have a common difference, D of 3. Our first term is 9. Now we have a prototype formula which says A, which is the first term, open bracket n minus 1 close bracket common D. So to look for the 8th term of this, what is the first term? 9. 8th term will be 8 minus 1. What's the common difference? 3. So we have 9 plus 7 into 3. That's 9 plus 21. That will give us 30. So the 8th term of this question is 30. The 9th term will be 9 plus 9 minus 1 close bracket, and the common difference is 3. So we have 9 plus 8 into bracket 3. That's 9 plus 24, and that will give us 33. This becomes our 9th term. 9th term. Now let's look at the last question, the nth term. The nth term for the above is the first term is 9. We put 9 plus n time. We retain the n, and then the common difference will be 3. So we have 9 plus 3n minus 3. That will give us 9 minus 3 plus 3n. That will give us 6 plus 3n. So what's the commonality between 6 and 3? That's 3. So we have 3 into, how many 3 is in 6? 2 plus n. So this will be our nth term for this above question like this. The 43rd term of an AP is 26. So the 44th term is 26. And 44th term means that we have a first term plus n minus 1 into d. Now this n, since it's 43rd term, so this n we change to 42, because 43 minus 41 will be 42. Now they said the common difference is half, so that's multiplied by half. So 26, which is the 44th time, is equal to the first term that we are looking for, and then 42 times half. This gives us a plus 21. 26 equals a plus 21. So our first term will be 26 minus 21. A will be 5. So our first term in this case is 5. 43rd terms mean 43 minus 1, that's 42. And that first term is already 26. So we put the 26 here. And we're getting a common difference of half. So the half of 42 is 21. So our first term, which we are looking for unknown plus 21 equals 26. Then our unknown will be 26 minus 21, which gives us 5. It means that our first term now equals 5. This is the solution. Now let's look at this question. Find the number of terms in an AP, given that the first term and the last term is A and 37 respectively, and that the common difference is 4H. Our general formula for any term is A plus open bracket n minus 1 into bracket D. Now we said the first term is A, and we are told that the last term is 37A, and that the common difference is 4A. So we have n minus 1 into 4A. So we are looking for the number of terms, which is n. Find the number of terms, which is n. So if we say 37A equals A plus 4an minus 4a. So 37a equals a plus 4 minus 4a. That will give us 4an minus 3a, because this is plus 1 minus 4, that is minus 3. So we collect like times. All the a's, we can bring them together and all of that. So what do we do in this case? We can say 37a, we bring this here to be 3a, minus 3a we cross here to be plus 3a, equals 4an. So 40a equals 4an. So we can divide both sides by 4a. Is 10. So our n will be 10. So our n is the nth 10. So the number of 10 to give us this expression will be n, will be the 10th 10. So 10 is the nth 10 for this particular problem. Question. Find the number of 10. So what we are looking for is n here in an AP. Given that it's first time, the general formula is a plus open bracket n minus 1 close bracket d for any given n 10. Now we are told that find the number of terms in an AP, given that the first term which is a here is 13. And then we are told that the last term is minus 23. So we have minus 23 here. This is the last time, this is the first time. We are looking for n, and then the common difference is minus 2. So how do we find n here? We have minus 23 equals 13. Minus 2 times n, that's minus 2n. Minus times minus, that's plus 2. So we have minus 23 equals 13 plus 2 minus 2n. That gives us 15 minus 2n equals minus 23. So we have minus 23 minus 15 equals minus 2n. So we have minus 38 equals minus 2n. So how do we find our n? We divide both sides by minus 2. So n will be 19. So our n, the number of terms to have this expression, so the 19th term of this question will be minus 23, given that the common difference is minus 2. Thank you.